we are hampered somewhat because Frankfort High did not have the numbers with their players, so we'll catch them as they come along. I can tell you, number 1 is Nate Ray for the Wolverines. I think he'll be in left field. They've just introduced Chris Clark, number 13. He's going to be playing second base.
DJ Barnett taking the mound, number 17 for the Wolverines.
The Wolverines are coached by Kevin Martin. He goes by Bubba. He's in his first year, and Travis McConaughey is the coach for Frankfort High School in his 4th season. Both teams are 2-1 in the district.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, John Ray.
That was my friend John Ray singing the national anthem, and I honestly had no idea he could sing that well.
Wow.
Good job, Mr. Ray.
Man of many talents.
All right. As we mentioned before, both teams are 2-1 in the district. Last night, the Wolverines beat Frankfort High 12-1. I was talking to Coach McConaughey, and he said, really, we only gave up 2 earned runs. It should have been a 2-1 game. Frankfort High made a lot of errors, apparently, last night, throwing the ball around and such, and they lost by a lot. They hope to recover tonight. They are 7-7 overall on the year. Their 2 wins in this district both came from Frankfort Christian. Western Hills, as I said, 2-1 in the district. Of course, one of those wins was last night against the Frankfort High Panthers, but they split with the Great Crossing about a week ago or so. Overall, the Wolverines are 8-12, and the Panthers are even. They are at 7-7. We do know that the Wolverines are senior laden. They have a lot of experience on this team, and they are hoping to have a really good year. Frankfort High only has 1 senior, and that is super senior Charlie Ellis. He'll be behind the plate. Other than that, they are really young, Coach McConaughey says.
I'll tell you this, Clint. Next year, when we do any Frankfort High games, it's going to be really strange not to see Charlie Ellis out there because he's kind of become an institution of Frankfort High Panther sports. Just a great all-around athlete.
I agree. Well, we got our first batter up here.
Leading off for the Panthers, the left fielder, number 1, Austin Wellman.
That is Austin Wellman, as you heard there. Right-handed batter going up against DJ Barnett, right-handed pitcher. And after that beating last night, you know the Panthers are going to want to strike early and often. We're underway with a strike up high, fastball. Drops that one in for a swinging strike, too.
I think that was a curve ball.
Yeah, had a little something on it, kind of fell off the table there.
We're situated along the third base line, so it's really hard to tell, but it kind of looked like one from where we're sitting. And it's another one hit right at the shortstop, Allen, and he makes the throw for the putout.
Yeah, Barnett went back to that curve that time, and I think Wellman was ready for it. Got a bat to it, just couldn't really place it between the shortstop and the third baseman.
The pitcher, number 11, Stephen Hamilton.
This will bring up the pitcher, Stephen Hamilton. He's a freshman.
Looks at strike one, and it's a lot of confidence putting your pitcher second in the batting lineup. I would say that's atypical.
That's a high breaking ball. That one was a low pitch, but Hamilton bit.
Yeah, I think he was looking for that same kind of hanging curve that Wellman got a hold of.
And did he go?
They're going to say it went, but the throw out made it academic anyway. But it's high school sports. It's all academic.
Our first K of the game. And now we have Ellis coming to bat.
Yeah, it was a strange one. I think just kind of that abbreviated swing was really what threw the catcher off. Good job to block that one and not let it get any further as we see strike one looking.
That one's in the dirt.
I don't think I've ever seen a colored glove quite like Barnett has out there on the mound. I'd be interested to know if there's a story behind that.
Fastball fouled off. And someone's car alarm is going off. But they fixed that rather quickly.
Just like that, Barnett's one strike away from getting out of the inning.
And
Got him
there
looking.
it is.
3 up, 3 down.
Backwards K for Charlie Ellis. And the Wolverines make quick work of the first inning. We'll be back with the bottom of the first right after this on Cable 10.
Week is brought to you by Estate Tree Service. We have a solution for all your tree care needs. Estate Tree Service provides expert tree care and preservation. Call 502-229-5258 for a free estimate.
Yeah, this is Joe. You need a tree removed from your yard? Yeah, I can do that for you.
Don't take a chance on any Joe Schmo. Call Estate Tree Service for all your tree care needs. Since 1957, Estate Tree Service has provided safe, quality tree care at a fair rate. From tree removal and pruning to stump grinding and debris cleanup, we've got you covered. Call the trusted professionals at Estate Tree Service today.
Welcome back, folks. Bottom of the first coming up. Leading off for the Wolverines will be Dylan McGahee. He's a senior.
And just to recap that first half of the first inning, the Panthers were 3 up, 3 down. A little dribbler out to the shortstop of Wellman for the first out, and then the pitcher for Frankfort High, Stephen Hamilton, struck out swinging, but the pitch bounced before it hit the catcher. He was thrown out at first, and then striking out to end the inning was Charlie Ellis. And that'll bring the Wolverines up to bat. You get a look at Hamilton there, right-handed pitcher, freshman. We'll be interested to see what he can do against this senior-laden Western Hills lineup. You know, in that time, they've seen a lot of pitchers come through, so. Leading us off in this inning, it's going to be, I believe, Dylan McGahee, number 12.
McGahee, and then Woodson, and then Allen.
A few last words of encouragement there to the freshman pitcher
Leading off for the Wolverines, the catcher, number 12.
by his infield battalion. And Hamilton will take the mound as McGahee up to bat here in the bottom of the first.
And he rips one down the third base line. Tracy picks it up and throws him out.
Yeah, it was a nice job there by Tracy. The ball kind of bounced out of his glove, but he stayed with it, kept the play in front of him, stayed calm, made the put out.
Fundamentals. Just get in front of the ball.
The center fielder, number 2, Clay Woodson.
This is Clay Woodson.
You can hear we've got a track meet going on over at the football field, which is adjacent to the baseball field here at Western Hills. So that'll be a ball getting by the catcher that time.
That was a hard hit ball by McGahee. He got a really good bat on it, but hit it right to Jacob Tracy.
And that one's fouled just out of the reach of the first baseman that time.
As we said, Western Hills is a senior-laden team. Their first 3 batters are all seniors.
And it's so huge, so important right now for Frankfort High to just, that freshman pitcher, just to get through this first inning, and they may get another out here. It's a pop-up fly right to the front end of the pitcher's mound, and 2 up, 2 down for the Wolverines.
This game moving pretty fast so far.
The shortstop, number 8, Caden Allen.
We got Caden Allen, the shortstop here, number 8. That one's going to get by the catcher again. Hamilton, a little bit, I don't want to say wild so far, but he has thrown it out of the reach of Charlie Ellis a couple times.
Nice pitch right down the pike there. One and one with 2 outs.
Another one gets by Ellis, and Clint, we've got a little bit of a breeze here blowing out to left field. Feels pretty nice. You can probably hear that on the mics right now. Nice day overall. Just it's just barely jacket weather. Yeah, it's a pleasure to be outside.
Oh yeah. Low pitch right at the kneecaps, but it's called a strike.
Yeah, I think just from our point of view here, it's been a fairly liberal strike zone so far. I like to see that. Swing the bat, boys. Swing the bat,
hard.
does. Nice diving crab there. And
Center fielder makes a great play. And the Wolverines are also 3 up and 3 down. Top of the second coming up next here on Cable 10.
Game of the Week is brought to you by J.O. Osborne with the Franklin County Farm Bureau. The Franklin County Farm Bureau's J.O. Osborne wishes all of our local teams a healthy, competitive, and successful season. J.O. and Kentucky Farm Bureau have been insuring Frankfort since 1943. With them on your team, when you experience a loss from an accident or storm, it can be a real game changer.
Sticky notes are part of our daily lives, and people have found some pretty creative uses for them. As Kentucky's insurance company, we appreciate the resourcefulness and the fact that billions of sticky notes are made each year right here in the Commonwealth. And we think that's something Kentuckians find pretty noteworthy. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, big on commitment.
Welcome back, folks, to Western Hills High School. Clint Goins, John Piesheimer here with you. No score, top of the second. We just found out information from the truck about the color of Mr. Barnett's glove and his shoes. Also, you may notice they are kind of color themed, and that's in honor of his late mother, apparently. Perhaps that was her favorite colors, perhaps. I don't know. But
yeah,
it's
a
nice
tribute, and certainly had a great inning on the mound in the first. Looks like he's got that curveball working for him tonight.
Leading off for the Panthers, the first baseman, number 13, Drew Ludwig.
This is number 13, Drew Ludwig. He's playing first base tonight for Frankfort High.
Second ball low that time, and we're going to get a change of baseball here. I thought maybe we were going to get a mound visit by McGahee to try to maybe get on the same page as Barnett here.
A little low on that pitch.
Yeah, ball three, right? All three kind of been in the same spot. The first one was a little off speed, but just hasn't really been able to find the strike zone so far here in the second, but we're only 3 pitches in.
And Ludwig draws a walk.
So we got our first base runner of the game.
The designated hitter, number 6, Jay Dutta.
Jay Dutta, he's the DH tonight.
Now we'll see Barnett come out of the stretch. Nice pitch, strike one swinging.
That's the ball, 1-1. Not really looking over at Ludwig over there on first.
Yeah, Ludwig's taken, I'd call it kind of a conservative lead over there.
Healthy swing by Dutta, but he missed.
He's got a little giddy up on that fastball when he wants to. He's throwing it by some guys right now. Barnett will just check over to first.
Now he pays a little more attention over there.
Off-speed pitch outside.
Ludwig had a little bit bigger lead on that pitch, but he still stayed at home. That's in the dirt. Part of your job as a base runner on first is just make the pitcher think about you.
That's right. That's just what I was about to say, Clint. He's got Barnett kind of thinking kind of two minds right now, and that's really what you want to do because you want him doing to have two things to focus on instead of one.
Yeah. You want to think about you and think less about the guy he's throwing the pitches to. And that's another base on balls. So now we have a base runner in scoring position and nobody out.
Right fielder, number 5, Parker Hammonds.
This brings up Parker Hammonds.
They're looking bunts. The infield's in.
Parker is a sophomore. As we said, Frankfort High has only one senior, Charlie Ellis, and they start Benjamin Peach, an 8th grader, at second base. So there's a bunt, but it's foul.
Now with nobody out, do you try to lay down another one and take the risk of fouling out on the bunt?
I don't know.
Got 2 men on, nobody out.
We're going to see. Looks like he's going to bunt. And he missed it.
And we've got to play at second.
That was
safe.
close. That was close.
It's not a baseball game until somebody gets a little dirt in their face.
Excellent throw by McGahee, by the way. Looking to bunt again, and this time he's successful. And they move the runners.
The sacrifice does what it was intended to do.
The center fielder, number 8, Ty Hancock.
Ty Hancock, the center fielder, now comes to the plate with 1 down, but 2 runners in scoring position. And he hits it. That's fair ball.
No, it was foul.
Oh, my goodness.
I think it just went foul, and I'm like you, Clint. If it gets on the baseline, it's fair, but I think it just curved a little bit. I'd like to see that. Actually, we will get another look at it. It's fair, it's fair, it's fair.
It must have bounced
like
out of bounds just
foul.
past third base.
Yeah. Certainly woke up the third base coach.
Yeah, it's Coach.
That one drops in for a
McConaughey
strike.
over
Nice
here.
pitch.
But that would have scored 2 had it been foul.
That one a little high. Hancock lays off of it. Arnett's had to throw a lot more pitches so far in the second inning. I'll say that.
It's a lot different than the first inning, isn't it? Curveball doesn't find its way over the plate.
Strike 3 swinging. That's a huge out right there, too.
Yes, yes, indeed. This will bring up the 8th grader, Peach.
Another right-handed batter.
Yeah, well, we have not seen a lefty yet.
Takes a strike looking.
This is the 8th batter in the lineup.
Came right at him with strike 2, and I think that's what Barnett thinks he can get after this 8th grader and get out of this jam.
Just throw fastballs at him.
How do you throw him to off speed now that he's waiting for a fastball? And it goes right back to the fastball, and it's outside.
Big pitch right here.
Our base umpire not doing us any favors here.
Peach fouls that one off.
Counts even at 2. Big strikeout that time to get out of it.
And that ends the inning. Frankfort High strands 2 in scoring position. We still have a scoreless game. Bottom of the 2nd coming up next here on Cable 10.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher. Choose local realtors that treat you like family because real estate is what we do and families are why we do it. In today's fast-paced housing market, you need realtors with experience who understand that timing is essential when finding the perfect home for the right price. Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher are here to ensure that you and your family have a positive experience from start to finish.
Real estate is what we do.
And families are why we do it.
Welcome back, folks, to Western Hills High School, where we got a scoreless game, and in the bottom of the 2nd.
Panthers did a little bit of business that time, but resilient effort by DJ Barnett to get out of that one.
Did a lot of work, but nothing to show for it.
We'll see Stephen Hamilton come back to the mound as coming up to bat. We're going to have number 27 for Western Hills. That's Trent Rutledge.
He'll be followed by Kemper Dodson. And then Lincoln Parrish.
And we continue our procession of right-handed batters.
That gets past Ellis.
Well, if all the lights go out in the Western Hills clubhouse, at least we know Rutledge will probably be able to find his bat.
We'll have to help everybody to their car later on.
One is just out.
And that was a miss. I don't know if it was too low or outside or.
Swings on and a little bit behind it, just kind of gets it off the end of the bat, and that'll be 1 down.
Tracy to Ludwig.
And it'll be 1 out. for Hamilton. That'll bring up the DH.
You know, the exact same thing started the first inning, a ground out to the third baseman. Just a little outside.
Speaking of the DH, it's is this the season they're doing away with? They're going to have the DH be mandated in MLB? I know there's been some talk about it.
I believe so.
Yeah.
The DH is, it's not eliminated. No, it's both leagues.
That's what I'm saying.
American
That's what I meant.
And,
we're going to have.
Yeah, it's National League and American League. I'm not a fan. Universal DH, we are told from the truck.
I don't know. I always enjoyed seeing some of those pitchers that were, I guess, of more generous proportions. Try to take the plate as we have a hit over to short. This is going to be a
Seavery
might be close, and that's going to be a single. Beat it out that time.
So you're going to give him a single, huh? Okay.
Well, you know.
I don't know. I think if the throw had been there.
I think he had it beat. Let's take a look here at the replay. I think there was just enough pace taken off that ball. I don't even know if he'd gotten it there in time. That throw pulled the first baseman off the bag as it was.
Yeah, I'll give him a single. After seeing the replay, this brings up Lincoln Parrish.
As long as you're as long as you're just not patronizing. That's all. I just don't want that to be the case.
No. Foul ball down the left field line here. So the Wolverines have their first base runner of the game. Oh, well hit ball in the gap. That may score a runner. Nope, they're going to hold him at third.
That's as far as he'll get. Double advances the runner to third. Nice piece of hitting that time.
Yes, Lincoln Parrish.
And now, just like in the top half of this inning, we've got 2 on, 1 out. Runners on second and third. Western Hills knocking on the door.
This is Logan Dispinet, another senior. I think every batter that Western Hills has brought to the plate so far has been a senior. They are a very experienced team.
It's a little slider action on that pitch there by Hamilton. Had Bispinet fooled. He lays off that one. Pitch was kind of in the same spot. Let's get a look at Hamilton. The freshman deals. And that one just below the knees.
Ellis tried to sell it to the umpire, but he wasn't buying. Wolverines 2 runners on, 1 out. This is a situation that Frankfort High was in the top of the second.
Send the runner here. He's
they
going.
are sending him, and this is going to be close, folks. Nope. Wolverines take the lead on a sacrifice fly by Logan Dispinet.
We've got our first run of the game as we see a replay. I really think if it had, I really thought they had a chance to get him, but it was a good job of timing that run to perfection there by Dotson.
And both runners tagged. This is another senior, Nate Ray. His father sang the national anthem.
Might be better just to say who isn't a senior here for this Western Hills team.
That's true.
Hamilton deals, and that one's fouled back.
Nate did not get a hit last night, but talked to his mom earlier, and she said he has been hitting the ball really well. And
Gets a hold of that
there
one.
you
And it's going to
go.
be just over the head of the shortstop, and that'll score another.
Little Texas leaguer, base hit, and an RBI for Nate Ray.
What was that? I like that. Haven't heard that terminology before.
Texas leaguer?
No.
Yeah.
Granted, it's been a few years since I found myself on a baseball diamond. It's a dribbler. Nice job to pull that in by Tracy.
But he blows the throw just a little wide. Ray takes third. And Clark winds up at second base.
I think Ray Alma, he really wanted to turn that around, and I think wisely pulled the horses back into the stable, so to speak.
So, base hit or error on that one?
I'm going to say error on that one. I think the throw was a little bit farther off the bag than it would have been last time, but it's kind of tough on Tracy. He did a great job, took that one right into the bread basket and managed to stay in front of it.
This will bring up the leadoff runner, and the ball gets past Ellis, and Nate Ray will score, and Clark will go to third.
Yeah, walked in standing up, and that's where those pitches when nobody on that were getting by Ellis, once you get some guys on, that's when it starts to hurt you. And that's a tough one to give up. 2 outs. You're so close to getting out of the inning.
Yeah. Dylan McGahee back at the plate here. Top of the order for the Wolverines.
He's been able to throw that. It looks like a little bit of a slider kind of coming on the outside edge there to right-handers. As now he's ahead of the count 1-2. But it looks like he's had that pitch and had batters fooled with it, but just not able to consistently place it where he wants to.
McGahee hits a high one, and it could be trouble for the left fielder, but he's there and makes the grab. So, Panthers finally get out of that inning, but they give up 3 runs. So at the end of 2, it's the Wolverines 3, Panthers 0. Back with the third next on Cable 10.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Expree Credit Union. Expree Credit Union wishes all of our local teams a great season. Score $5 for your school while showing your support with a spirited debit card featuring your school's colors and mascot. Who will raise the most? Open an Expree Spirited account today and let the rivalry continue. Federally insured by NCUA.
Expree Credit Union wishes all our local teams a great season. Score $5 for the high school of your choice simply by opening a Spirited account featuring your school colors and mascot on your debit card. Show your support, Flyers, Panthers, or Wolverines. Who will raise the most? Go to Expree.org today. Choose wisely. Western Hills, Franklin County, Frankfort High. Let the rivalry continue. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Back here at Western Hills High School, where the Wolverines have a 3-0 lead over the Frankfort High Panthers, a 41st district opponent.
Clint, did you request the Pearl Jam? I'm kind of digging it.
I did not, but you know, I like Pearl Jam. I would see them in a concert.
Yeah, it's one I haven't made it out to yet, unfortunately.
Me either.
Barnett takes the mound here again with a little bit of run support behind him now. 3-0. Your score is Wolverines were able to get to Hamilton in that second inning, and a couple of marginal either hit or error calls. Reasonable people will disagree, and look at this. We got our first left-handed batter of the game coming up.
This is Tracy. He's the third baseman.
Now, was he throwing left-handed from?
You know, I don't know.
Because that would be an interesting one. I'll have to take note of that when they come up.
Left-handed third baseman can play the line really well because you got the glove on that hand.
That's true. And it looks like we've got somebody maybe warming up over there in the bullpen for Frankfort High. 1-1, the count swung on, and count 1 and 2.
He got a little bit of that, a little piece of it.
And that is trying to pick up the number there. It's number 18 warming up for the Panthers. And as we don't have any numbers, as we see Tracy get punched out that time. As we don't have any numbers, we'll give you a name as soon as we can get it to you. Wellman will come up again. He got a bat on the ball the first time up, but went straight to the shortstop.
Yeah, hit the ball pretty hard, but just run at somebody.
Right now to Wellman, and we saw Barnett get himself in a little bit of trouble with 2 straight walks last time the Panthers were up to bat. He was able to get out of it that time. They call that a strike on the inside of the plate. Nice pitch.
Just a little piece of that one.
I didn't hear any car alarms go off. Where are you parked? I'm parked well up the hill.
Actually,
I have that in the back of my mind.
I am parked fairly close to where that ball went. So,
okay.
But you know, if a baseball hit my car, it would probably cause $500 worth of improvements.
Now, I don't know about your car insurance, but as we see Wellman walk on to first that time, I don't know about your car insurance. Will you have to pay for that? Is it like one of those things, or can you just like sell that added value back to the insurance company at the end of the day?
No, I think I would just make it up on the resale.
Oh, well. One out, one on, top of the third here.
Center fielder Stephen Hamilton at the plate, struck out in the first inning.
Hamilton looks at strike one, as it'll be interesting to see with those 3 runs if he comes out back onto the mound to start off the third for Frankfort High out in the field.
We had an exciting game last year between these 2 teams on this very field. I remember it well. Western Hills came back in the last inning. They were down by 3, I think. They maybe they're just down by 2. But anyway, the batter hit it in right field, just out of reach of the right fielder, and cleared the bases, and they get the 1-point victory.
I remember it well because I was on camera and it was incredibly cold, as we see.
Nice hit.
Hamilton line one out to left field, and that'll be a nice single. Gets Wellman to second. Looking to see if maybe we have somebody. The Western Hills bullpen is right behind us where we're situated here on the third base line, and it looks like there's a possibility we might start seeing a little bit of action here. I don't know. We've got someone walking behind us, but Could just be the underclassman gopher. That's also a thing that happens.
Yeah, there was only one walk-in, and
Yeah.
you have to have a catcher go with him most of the time.
When I played high school soccer, they called us the fun bunch. We had to carry equipment every single time. Equipment, water. Gotta love those rites of passage.
That's right. Super senior Charlie Ellis. Coach McConaughey said when I was talking to him before the game that it's kind of like having an extra coach on the field.
And as a catcher with a freshman pitcher, you know that's got to be really important because he is walking that kid through the game.
Yeah. A lot of the players look up to Charlie. He said he's really going to miss him when he's gone at the end of this year. And like you said, he's basically an institution. He's because of COVID, players could repeat.
Now Frankfurt High going to score one on this.
They are.
Runner holds at second. The Wellman comes in to score, and Frankfurt High on the board with a nice piece of hitting that time by Charlie Ellis. So 1 run scored, runners on first and second.
And nobody out as Drew Ludwig comes to the plate.
Ludwig got aboard last time too, if I remember correctly, didn't he?
Ludwig drew a base on balls, and I think he made it to third base, but they just couldn't get him in.
Well, that's why I left it ambiguous. Got aboard. It can happen any number of ways.
That's right. That's right. But he's got ducks on the pond now, so.
And do we have a pinch runner there, number 22?
We do, but I don't know who he is. But we have Hamilton went back to the
Bob
dugout.
Incognito.
And that's a high foul ball. That's going to go right by the stands.
Saw a couple of people in the stands take their hats off as if that was going to shield them somehow.
I don't know, you use the hat to try to catch the ball. See, that's what it's for. It's like a glove almost, you know. A lot of chatter from the Frankfurt High bench. That's a high pitch.
Barnett again having to do a lot of work, and now he finds himself behind in the count. Runners on first and second. Nobody up throwing yet in the bullpen for Western Hills, so they're going to let him work through it. Pop fly straight back. The lights have come on here at Western Hills.
A little cloudy.
Yeah, it was gorgeous up until about the time that we got first pitch tonight.
Got a front coming through, probably some rain overnight tonight. Nice
Laid off
pitch.
of it. That was a great pitch. You said it, Clint. Fell off the table.
Yeah.
That'll put him out. And the situation looks a whole lot better now for Barnett there on the mound.
The DH, Jay Duda. D-U-T-T-A.
We'll see if he can do to business.
He's one of 3 juniors on the team. That's that same pitch, isn't it? Right there.
He's got it working now. Duda just gets a look at it that time. Let's see if he comes back with a fastball here.
Duda also drew a base on balls in the second inning.
Did. Right there, he challenged Duda and got way ahead in the count here.
Yeah.
Big pitch coming up.
0-2, what do you throw? Fastball,
I go
breaking
right back
ball.
to that curve. say that as if I've ever thrown a curve in my life.
Well, he tried it, but didn't work.
He threw that fastball by Duda once for strike 2. We'll see if he goes back to it.
Little high. Little high.
That'll pull the count even.
And that's a little low and perhaps outside. So full count now for Jay Duda.
Payoff pitch coming.
The runners go, and he draws a walk. 2 walks for Jay Duda. Bases loaded now for the Panthers.
Coming up, this will be number 5.
This is Hammonds. He's in right field tonight. And he hit a sacrifice fly.
Under 1, and I think that's going to drop in.
It is.
That'll score 1, probably scoring 2 as Ellis comes to the plate. He's going to get there. Coming to third, and they're calling that safe. I thought maybe he got him, but I guess he got under the tag. Great bit of hitting that time.
And coach, before the game, Coach McConaughey said, we're going to run. We're going to run the bases. And they did.
That'll tie us up here. Nice job of hitting. That one's low and outside, and tie ball game now.
With Ty Hancock at the plate.
Still 2 on. Frankfort High is going to try to
way
this
up
a little
in the
bit,
air.
but this one up in the sky, and that's probably going to do it.
And that is caught by your shortstop, Caden Allen.
Great inning for the Panthers, though.
Yes, they tie this thing back up. We're going to break away quickly, and we'll come back with the bottom of the 3rd.
And highlights.
Next here on Cable 10.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Bill McCoy Insurance Agency, celebrating over 46 years in business. With over 15 companies to shop and collectively over 100 years of experience, call, visit us, or request quotes on BillMcCoyInsuranceAgency.com.
Welcome back, folks. Let's see how we got to this point, at least as far as Western Hills is concerned. Starts off with a base hit.
We got
with
the sac
Donson.
fly here after he loaded it up with 2,
and Donson scores. I think this is the Texas Leaguer by Ray, and that scores Parrish. And then the ball gets past Ellis, and Nate Ray scores. And that's how they got their 3 runs. And then you just saw before the break how Frankfort High got their 3 runs. So we got a tie ball game here going into the bottom of the 3rd. Up to the plate should be for Wolverines. We'll have Woodson, followed by Allen, and then Rutledge.
Hamilton back on the mound for Frankfort High.
Clay Woodson flied out to the pitcher in the 1st inning.
Now, I didn't play any high school baseball, so I never made it far enough through the ranks to get to the point where eye black was a thing, but I don't remember seeing any quite as adventurous as we've seen.
They have gone hog wild with the eye black,
I
man.
mean, they're going predator with it.
Yeah, it goes all the way down to their jawbone. a lot of the guys.
And that's good because day like this, I mean, you know, that sun's gonna really, really wear you out. We got a little bit of discussion in there, as you saw, between the Frankfort High coach and our home plate umpire. Now we've got a Western Hills coach over there as well.
Yeah, talking with the home plate umpire, I don't know what they're discussing. Maybe, you know, maybe the home plate umpire, probably out of town, wants to know where's the best place to eat, you know.
Well, at the risk of alienating some of our fine sponsors here, I won't ask you your answer to that question.
Oh, I like them all.
Yeah.
I like them all. I'm old enough to remember that if you wanted a good meal in Frankfort, you had to drive to Lexington. Not the case anymore.
That's very true.
We have several fine establishments here in the capital city.
So go out, eat out, be friendly, tip well.
That's right.
As Hamilton takes the mound again here. Coming up to bat is number 2,
Clay Woodson.
Clay Woodson.
And he steps out of the plate, or out of the box, rather. Now he's ready. Fastball outside. It's mostly a calm night, but there's just a little bit of wind, and it is causing me frustration, John. Just a little bit of wind is like blowing my papers all over the place.
I know. Right now you're using a portable transmitter as a paperweight,
Yes.
which I have to say is very resourceful. Probably, if I had to guess, about a $750 paperweight.
Yeah, I would imagine.
That one's low and in the dirt, and that'll bring the count to 2-1. You gotta imagine that's a little nicer feeling out there for Hamilton now on the mound, knowing that he's gotten some run support and his teammates have had his back. Well, he's done a little damage himself, actually.
Yes.
Gotta say, as he walks over the batter this time and puts one aboard.
So
Clay
bring
Woodson.
up the shortstop, Caden Allen.
For a second, I thought Allen was taking a look at his iPhone there.
No, they all wear those armbands now. You don't see the coaches do, which I kind of miss, you know, give the signals and touch the bill of their cap and rub their arm and pat their knee or, you know, whatever. Allen flagged out to center field to Mr. Hancock.
I don't know about you, but the one time I tried to get signals from a coach, he was giving me the information. So
We have a steal attempt, and he's in there.
Nice job of getting underneath the tag. The throw was just a little bit late that time. He got a nice jump on it, actually, did Woodson.
Yeah, I think Ellis did a pretty good job with the throw. He got it out of his glove quickly, got it down there, but Woodson had a pretty healthy lead. So now the Wolverines once again have a runner in scoring position.
Strike that time on the low end of the strike zone.
And, you know, we've seen Hamilton throw the ball past Ellis several times tonight, so.
In a way, having the runner on second, as we have a fly up here, and it looks like he's going to get out number 1.
Could be trouble, could be trouble. Tracy.
And then drops in, and nobody on third to stop that one. And that'll bring the runner over.
I think that the second baseman, actually, Peach, came over to cover third, which
So Clint,
I think that should have been Hamilton's job, but
I'll say this, Clint, not going to give him a hit there.
not going to give him a hit. Well, what probably should have happened is that's a very difficult play for a third baseman
it's a tough
to make.
spot.
The shortstop should have called him off and taken that one.
But it's one of the spots on the field. It's a tough spot for really anybody to get to, especially if you've got that left fielder shifted just a little bit over. I mean, if somebody doesn't get a beat on that after it comes off the bat, it's going to be trouble, and trouble it was.
Indeed. This will bring up Rutledge.
Nice pitch, strike one.
Rutledge playing third base tonight. He ground out to the third baseman, Tracy, in the top of the second inning. But then the Wolverine bats caught fire.
It's going to be interesting to see how the freshman pitcher reacts to having runners on second and third with nobody out, but throws 2 straight strikes. Got him swinging, strike 3. Rutledge sits down, and big out that time for Hamilton to get back into this inning.
Kemper Johnson now comes to the plate. Bubba Martin didn't tell me how Western Hills does their wristbands, but
that is the 4th straight strike thrown by Hamilton here.
Coach McConaughey for Frankfort High told me that they use a color system, not numbers.
As long as they're not using radios. Running on this one, and
uh-oh,
they've got him in a pickle, and that is a big second out in this inning. Takes the runner off a third, of course. Advancing on that play will be Caden Allen, but disposes of a runner, gets a big second out, and Hamilton really close to getting out of this inning with no damage done.
That was, you know, Dotson has got to put the bat on the ball in that situation because he just set Woodson up. And here's a ball that gets past Ellis, and Wolverines do score a run.
I think the bounce that took off the back wall, Ellis knew he didn't really have a chance at it. Is that the commentator's curse?
Maybe.
It's funny, we were talking about getting the signs from the coach. I think the one time I played is we've got strike 3, and that'll turn him over, and I'll hold my anecdote for another time.
I missed that. Was he swinging or not?
Swinging, strike 3.
Okay, no backwards K. That'll end the inning, but the Wolverines, they take the lead. They're up 4-3 at the end of 3. Back with a 4th next on Cable 10.
You finally found the perfect car in Racing Blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
Bill McCoy Insurance, celebrating over 46 years in business. With over 15 companies to shop, call us or visit our office for quotes. Game of the Week is brought to you by Bob Allen. Bob Allen is Frankfort's dealmaker. Shop Bob Allen for a winning selection of new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, as well as pre-owned. Click and save at boballenfrankfort.com. Bob Allen is a proud sponsor of high school athletics.
Bob Allen is Frankfort's dealmaker. Pre-order any new 22 Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram from Bob Allen of Frankfort and pay only invoice. Call our sales department today or visit boballenfrankfort.com.
Top of the 4th. Western Hills Wolverines up on the Panthers. It is Frankfort High coming to bat here. And a cloudy night here at Western Hills. And for having as many base runners as they did and getting the bat on the ball as many times as Western Hills did, I think Frankfort High did well to get out of that with just one run, and their pitcher, Stephen Hamilton, battling his way out of that. And we still got quite a ball game here. And
yeah, it's been a great game so far.
It has. Alongside Clint Goins, John P. Summer here, and it wouldn't be a game here on the Game of the Week that Clint and John are doing without Clint having some popcorn. Can you give me your popcorn review of what we've had so far tonight?
Well, I've had...
Looks like you got some Oral Redenbacher. Yep.
Is that what it is? Yes, it is. And I had my hot dog earlier, so...
I'm not allowed to get Orville Redenbacher because, believe it or not, he gives my girlfriend the creeps.
Oh, is that right?
That's right.
Well, you know, tell her not to worry. He's no longer with us.
That's true. But I think even the visage of him is just unwelcome, which is tough for me because, you know, being born in Indiana, we just, you know, he and I have that connection, you know, and we'd like to support our native-born Hoosiers as much as possible. Unfortunately, that's not happening in our household right now.
All right, Benjamin Peach at the plate, and he likes that first pitch, but he hits it right to the center fielder, Woodson, and that's our first out in the third inning.
And as much as Barnett has had to work, he's got to like that one pitch, one out kind of stuff he's seeing out there.
Oh, yeah.
Now we have our lone left-handed batter, third baseman,
Tracy. And, you know, and I still didn't pay attention if he wears his glove on his right hand or left hand. He pops that bunt foul.
There's just a lot of action, Clint.
Ow. Hit him in the knee. Yeah, I like, you know, I know some purists like pitchers' duels. I'm not one of those guys. I like to see the bat on the ball.
What you don't like to see is the ball on the knee.
No.
That looked, I think anybody that has had that happen to them, one of those places where the skin might be a little more thin and the bone might be a little more easily hit direct on it. You know how painful that is.
Yes. So, but they don't bring in a pinch runner. He's shaking it off, and he's on first base.
He's a lefty. They're a different breed.
All righty. Austin Wellman at the plate. He ground out to short in the first inning and walked.
We've got Abe Johnson behind us here in the Western Hills bullpen warming up. High swinging strike that time.
Wellman was the first Panther to cross home plate.
You could tell Wellman had eyes on that one. He really wanted to send that flying and chase one too far.
Yeah, except for that first inning, the second and third, and so far here in the fourth, we've seen a lot of guys come to the plate.
Runner goes, and here comes the throw, and he's going to be in there. Holds him up there at second, but a nice bit of base running that time. After taking that ball to the knee, Tracy's showing a little toughness there and getting down under that throw. Got a great jump on it. I don't think even if the throw was there, it was going to be in time. And we may have a little bit of a issue here.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Are they saying he nicked it, that it was a foul? Because Tracy is walking back to first base.
I believe that's what they're going to call, and
I'm going
Frankfort
to
High wants an explanation about that here, and
I'm going to direct from the announcer's booth and ask if we can see that again on a replay, perhaps.
Yeah, let's take a look at it here.
Well, I was wanting to see the bat on the ball, or
got a great jump on it.
Yeah. Even if the throw had been good, I think he would have been there. But here's the pitch. Let's see if he did indeed foul it.
I don't
Boy,
know. I
that's
think
hard. That's hard. And I'm wearing headsets, so I can't really hear the ping that well. But the umpire apparently said he made contact. I mean, McGahee caught the ball cleanly. So if he fouled it off, he didn't foul it off very much. But
1-0 the count. To Hamilton here.
Well, it should be 1-1.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
that
I was
first pitch
just about to say, Clint.
That one's high. Yeah, they're a little bit behind on the scoreboard. It says 2-0, but it's 2-1 there. They still haven't caught up out there. We've caught up on our scoreboard, though, by golly.
Never lets you down.
Uh-oh, that's playable. Can McGahee get over there? Yes, he can. Nice play by Dylan McGahee. And that will end the inning. The bottom of the fourth comes up next. The Wolverines up by 1 here on Cable 10.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Whitehead Hancock. Whitehead Hancock Plumbing has been serving Frankfort families for more than 100 years. You can trust Whitehead Hancock for all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and septic needs. Call them today at 502-227-2213 for 24-hour emergency service or visit their website at whiteheadhancock.com. Tune in to Around 10, Frankfort's very own morning show. We cover all the happenings in the capital city every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. live on Cable 10, Facebook, and YouTube. Remember, if it happens around town, it's on Around 10.
And if you aren't watching Around 10, I highly suggest you do. A lot of talented people here at Cable 10 bringing that show to you every day. And it's a lot of, I guarantee you they are having as much fun as it looks like they're having. So
a lot of talented people, and then there's Zach, so.
The most talented of all.
He knows I'm just giving him a hard time. It's kind of Frankfort's version of the Today Show. And it's on Cable 10 at 10 o'clock.
You think they planned that?
A.M. I don't know. I think they did.
Hamilton taking the mound again here. And you get a look at Jacob Tracy over there.
He is
on the third base, and we are going to make sure that we note that he is throwing with his right hand.
Yes, so he's throws right, bats left. Being a left-handed person, I can tell you that left-handers have an advantage at the plate because they're 2 steps closer to first base.
And having a left-handed father, I can tell you they have an advantage of playing horse as well. A very large advantage.
Oh, really?
If you're right-handed and your father's left-handed.
Oh, well, yeah.
Although my dad was pretty much ambidextrous.
We have enough disadvantages, though. It's a right-handed world. Let there be no confusion. Spiral notebooks.
That's true.
Being one of the banes of my existence. Another well-hit ball.
Yeah, it's going to be
by Parrish.
The old can of corn, as they say.
Yep. I believe it was Hammonds that made the grab, the right fielder.
Well, has email become a great equalizer in terms of like leveling the playing field?
Oh yeah.
Okay. One of the many ways that the internet has democratized our world. Hamilton gets 1 out. He's really performed well here, considering.
Another fly ball. This is Dispinet with it, and woo!
That was a tough one. That was going to be kind of a bang-bang play almost, because
Ludwig makes the play, but maybe the wind up there is a little bit more stout.
Well, I think he heard footsteps as well, because that ball kind of took him right into where Dispinette would be kind of rounding the base.
You can see him right here. Fine work here by David Columbia, our third base cameraman, standing right beside us.
Yeah, that shot from the third base cam has gotten quite a bit better over the course of the game. I don't know who that guy was that started it out, but I think they sent him packing.
It was a German named Otto.
So now Hamilton here with 2 outs. Deals and
Nate Ray at the plate.
Outside.
Nate Ray got a single and an RBI in the first inning, or no, second inning, I'm sorry. It's a dribbler down to Tracy. He's digging, and he makes it.
Oh. I would be interested to see that one again.
Well, I think Ludwig also may have pulled his foot.
Oh, they called it. I saw I was looking at the ump, and I thought he called that out, to be honest with you.
Let's see here.
No, that's
oh, yeah, he was clearly safe. Clearly safe.
I thought I saw the ump signal out that time.
Another base hit for Nate Ray.
Yeah, he was in there by a step.
And this brings up Chris Clark.
Pitch is low. Now Hamilton has a base runner to think about. Wolverines up 1 here, bottom of the 4th.
Clark is the second baseman for the Wolverines, and Hamilton hits another one. Or no, this is his first one. That was the other inning.
Right on cue, I think Tracy kind of over here on third rubbed his knee a little bit. That's got us still smart.
Interesting tidbit here for you. The bottom of the order batter, the 9th batter, both of them for each team has been hit by pitch. Another one of those trivial statistics so common in baseball. Dylan McGahee. 2 outs, but 2 on.
Big swing and strike 1.
So far, McGahee has ground out to third and flied out to left field this game.
Strike 2.
Yeah, another good pitch.
Got to give Hamilton some credit. He's been in this situation a couple times here. Still got a 1-run with deficits. We take a look at the replay here, and very generous strike zone interpretation that time.
Maybe Ellis was helping him out half swing there, and
kind of lucky to get a little bit of bat on that. Keeps them in the inning. 0-2 the count here for Hamilton. 1 pitch away from getting out of a jam.
You try to throw a breaking ball here? What do you think?
I think you just go right back to what's been working for you. And
yep, he hits it in.
It's going to work for him again. And
into the hands.
That's a big out.
Of Parker Hammonds, the right fielder. Wolverines leave 2 stranded, but they still have a 1-run lead as the 4th inning comes to a close. Top of the 5th coming up next here on Cable 10.
FPB knows reliable internet is more important than ever. It lets us work from home, share life with family and friends, and make vital connections online. To help, qualifying customers can now access the new Affordable Connectivity Program and step up to fast, reliable FPB internet at a savings of up to $30 per month. Learn more about this new opportunity. Visit FPB online today.
Welcome back, folks, to Western Hills High School. We still have Mr. Barnett on the mound. Here's a look at his 5 strikeouts. That one caught Charlie Ellis looking right there. to end the first inning. Blew that one past somebody and blew another one past somebody, and then he caught Ludwig looking. So DJ Barnett, the senior pitcher.
Yeah, when he's had that breaking ball, when he's gotten the action to do what he wants it to do, it's been a problem for that Frankfurt High batting order. As we sit here at the top of the 5th.
Coming up for Frankfurt High, Charlie Ellis. He struck out looking in the first, but he got a single and an RBI, I believe, in the third. He will lead us off, followed by Ludwig and Duda.
We do have another pitcher warming up here in the bullpen for Western Hills.
Our Frankfurt High pitcher that was warming up is set back down, so I guess they're going to stay with Hamilton, at least for the start of the...
Well, he's a freshman. He's young. He doesn't have any miles on that arm yet.
Yeah, that's true.
And he's been pitching well, I think.
Charlie Ellis, the only senior on the Frankfurt High baseball team.
Hamilton's really kind of grown into this game. We see his opposite number, Barnett, throwing ball 1.
I think Coach McConaughey was saying that Charlie's going to be playing baseball at Midway.
Right down the road.
Mm-hmm. That one bounces past McGahee.
And we're going to have a mound visit here.
Yeah. Coach Martin comes out and settles DJ down a little bit here.
Might also be buying his reliever a little bit of time to get a few more throws in. So we've got number 11 warming up here behind us. That's Ethan Allison.
Yeah, I was talking to Ethan's dad earlier, JoJo, who I went to school with. And
who's that handsome fellow in the black on the left side of the screen there?
Oh, that's me. Hi, Mom. There's a look at Bubba Martin.
So Barnett gonna step back on the mound as Western Hills coach has a long run out there. You gotta refuel a little bit.
And throws that one in the dirt too. 3-0 now.
Barnett behind in the count, and I'll be interested to see what the senior here, Ellis, does on a 3-0 count.
I'm looking for a
any
curveball,
chance he swings?
And I was
Absolutely
wrong.
not. You were watching the pitcher, I was watching the batter. Between the two of us,
we got it covered, man.
Yeah. Ellis gets a piece of that one and brings the count full.
What a great night for baseball here in the capital city. Not too hot, not too cold. Oh, that's a nice
smacks
rip
that
there.
one out, and that'll be a single. Takes a big roundabout, but coming back to first is Charlie Ellis, and that'll be Drew Ludwig up to the plate. They're going to leave Barnett in there to face Ludwig. Strike one looking.
Ludwig walked in the second and was caught looking on a strikeout in the third.
Barnett very aware of the presence of Charlie Ellis there on first.
Yeah, Ellis is a pretty good base runner. Wouldn't be surprised for him to take off, try to steal a base. And there he goes. McGahee, he throws. He would have been there even if the throw were on target.
I think Ellis caught that one. I know it hit him somewhere. He's a little slow to get up. Actually, the ball didn't hit him. It just looked like he kind of.
I think he ran into
yeah,
Clark's leg.
It was a really strange slide that time. It looked like he was starting to slide and then maybe just caught a hole in the dirt or something and just stopped. It's an interesting looking play there, and Ellis.
He's walking it off.
You can tell he's got a little bit of a scuff there on his elbow.
Here's another look.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, kneecap to kneecap, I think there.
Yeah. It looked like he kind of made the decision at the last possible second to slide and just really didn't get down.
Fine replay action there from Doug Crow on our Whitehead Hancock replay.
That's typically the kind of slide you'd see to break up a double play.
Coach McConaughey asked Ludwig to step out of the plate and wants to talk to the umpire a little bit here.
Gotten to know each other quite well over the past hour or so.
You can't decide. Chicken, fish, burgers.
Just go to Golden Corral. You'll have all three. They still have a Golden Corral here? Or did they ever?
I don't think we ever had a Golden Corral.
I think I just always take that for granted in any city around this size.
Oh, fouls that one off. Trying to get Ellis over to third base. White 68 is the call.
White 68 is the one where they score a run.
We'll see what white 68 means here, maybe.
Hot tip there. Lays off of it that time.
Yeah.
Ellis staying put over there at second.
Let's see if we still go with white 68. Well, Coach McConaughey is not saying anything, so.
We're calling time here. And
yeah, McGahee's got a problem with his equipment.
Is they get a new baseball?
He's getting a new catcher's mask.
Everybody's just taking a second to refresh themselves. Make sure everybody's checking in with themselves, level-headed.
Had a nice long conversation with Coach McConaughey before the game. Real nice guy, and so is Coach Martin. Both coaches, nice guys. But we were discussing about last night in their loss, 12-1 to Western Hills. He said as young players that they may be experiencing some mental fatigue. And there is a lot of, baseball's a very mental game. There's, you got to be focused and concentrated on what you're supposed to do on every pitch. You can't take a pitch off. You can't mentally check out. You got to be focused the entire time. And you got young players. Ludwig goes down looking again. And that's taxing on
Designated hitter number 6, Jay
less experienced players.
I believe that's the 6th strikeout tonight for DJ Barnett there on the hill.
Ludwig, just a freshman. This brings up Duda. He's a junior. He has walked twice. So far tonight, he's 0 for 0. And Ellis steals third,
he'll be
and
there.
he's in there. A nice throw by McGahee, but Ellis just
You know, we kind of pointed
got
out
over there.
the unconventional nature of that slide at a second. The slide that he just put into third was picture perfect.
Here's another look at it.
Nice job by our third base camera operator, Mr. David Columbia, getting there in time. There's a man who's played the game before.
Yes, Mr.
Ellis going that time. Perfect bunt.
Nice
That's going to get
bunt.
the tying run in.
Duda is tagged out, but he does his job by getting Ellis across home plate.
A little small ball by Frankfurt High. It ties this game up.
Fielder number 5, Parker Hammond.
And that's a lot of trust there for Ellis because he's going as soon as that pitch leaves the hand of Barnett, trusting that Duda's going to get a bat on the ball, and that he did.
Yes, and that's what we saw Western Hills try to do, but their batter missed the ball and hung Woodson out to dry. This is
Charlie Ellis with a Ricky Henderson special there. Getting that tying run.
Yeah.
Stealing.
Two steals and then you know, a suicide bunt play there. Curveball comes in.
That is just a nasty drop on that curveball that he's got.
Hammonds hit a sacrifice fly ball, I think it was, or maybe it was a bunt. I don't remember, but in the second inning.
1-2 the count, and we do not have anybody throwing back here in the bullpen for Western Hills anymore. So maybe a little confidence in Barnett to see his way out of this one.
And then Hammond's got a hit in the third, but he strikes out in the fifth.
Strikeout number 7.
So
Halfway through the fifth,
the,
just had 1 run on 1 hit.
the middle of the fifth, tie ball game. We'll have a scoring recap when we return here on Cable 10.
Hello, my name is Greg with the State Tree Service, the name you know and trust.
Over the past 60 years, the State Tree Service has become a name people know and trust in Central Kentucky. From tree removal, pruning, and stump grinding to debris cleanup, we are always available with our 24/7 emergency services. Estate Tree Service is licensed and insured, and our mission is to provide safe, quality tree care at a fair rate. Give us a call at 502-229-5258 or go online for a free quote.
We're all knotted up at 4 here at the bottom of the 5th between the Panthers and the Wolverines, and let's show you how we got here. That's a fly up into the air, and that'll bring home a run. Coming in standing up there for Western Hills, doing a little damage with the bats, just out of the reach there of the shortstop. That pitch from Hamilton gets by, and coming in to score that time for Western Hills was number 1, and Frankfurt High was looking up at a deficit, but they managed to get even on the scoreboard. Just keep battling. That one brought in 2 runs that time, and very animated base coaching that time, and Ellis coming in, sliding head first in, and this is the one that tied it up. Suicide squeeze that time. Ellis comes in to score and tie us up, and 4-4 is our score as we head to the bottom of the 5th. It's been a fun ball game. Both pitchers have had to deal with a little bit of trouble, and both pitchers have made some big pitches to get out of it.
It seems like, John, that we have Western Hills take a lead in the bottom of the inning, and whatever runs they get in the top of the inning, the top of the next inning, Frankfurt High matches it. So
Well, that's where it's good to be the home team, I guess.
that's right.
Little run DMC out here.
And Aerosmith. Don't forget Aerosmith.
Oh, of course. No doubt that song on the iPhones of all the kids here.
all the kids over 40.
That's true. I now can say I fall into the category, so. Hamilton opens up the bottom of the fifth and throws the ball.
This is Clay Woodson at the plate. Flied out to Hamilton in the first inning and walked in the third. Fouls that one back. That's a little low.
Got a couple people behind us here in the Western Hills bullpen warming up. I do wonder if we've seen as much as we're going to see of DJ Barnett in this game.
Well, he's done a pretty good job.
That's right.
So far tonight.
Had some nasty action on that curve as that one popped out to right, and that's going to be foul. I don't think anybody's getting to that one.
No. But if he could have straightened that out a little bit, that would have been some extra bases.
And I see we've got a couple of people over there at the football stadium who have turned their attention to this game over there over the left field wall. I don't know if that's a lull in the action over at the track meet or what.
Well, you know, if you're there to see your kid or whatever, it may be, you know, let's say your kid throws the shot put and right now they're doing the high jump instead. Why not turn around and
payoff pitch here for Hamilton. Walks him.
Second base on balls this game for Woodson.
Woodson getting a sign now from the Western Hills base coach, and we're going to have a meeting of the minds at the mound here for Frankfurt High.
Yeah, I have not seen anybody warming up for them for quite some time. Have you?
I think maybe just kind of talking over strategy here because such a big base runner here, bottom of the fifth. Go ahead run on base for Western Hills. We're getting a little bit of sandstorm here. Our man Derude. Is that how you pronounce it, Derude? I think so.
I have no idea. It has just dawned on me that Western Hills.
Is it, wait.
They have. Of their 9 players, 8 of them are seniors.
Wow.
The only one not a senior is the second baseman, Clark.
Thought the runner was going to go. Started to pull the trigger, but pulled it back. Did Woodson right at the last second. But yeah, I'm with you, Clint. When you've got 8 out of 9 starters as seniors, it's probably pretty easy to get a good night's sleep as a coach.
This is Caden Allen. He flew out to center field in the first, and he reached in the third on an error by Tracy over here on third base.
Hamilton being a freshman right now, I can tell you once he gets a couple more years under him, he's going to be a nasty pitcher because he's got some good stuff.
Yeah.
And he's shown ability not to get rattled when things aren't really going his way and he gets a little bit behind with base runners and behind in the count. He's been able to battle.
Again, in talking with Coach McConaughey before the game, he said he thinks this team is maybe the most talented team he's had in his 4 years coaching at Frankfort High. The problem is just that they're so young and inexperienced. So that is a walk.
Yeah, that was close, but
2 walks in a row, and still nobody warming up for Frankfort High.
Hamilton maybe starting to show a few signs of wear here. As like Barnett, he's had to do a lot of pitching.
Rutledge so far tonight is 0 for 2. He ground out to the third baseman, and then he struck out. And
Swings
this
on the first
time
one.
he's going to fly out to the second baseman, Peach.
Just really wasn't enough behind that to give them a chance to get that runner at first. That's a very important out as it gets Hamilton back into this inning.
Kemper Dodson comes to the plate.
It'll be
Scored the very first run of the game.
It'll be interesting to see if they try to move the runners here. Last thing you want to do is, for Western Hills, is kill off this inning by hitting into a double play.
Dodson struck out his last time at bat, but his first time up, he got a single.
And runners will move anyway as that ball gets by Ellis. Or caroms off of Ellis, I should say. So that takes away the double play for all intents and purposes.
Coach Martin probably telling Dodson to do something a little different than he may have been planning to do when runners were at first and second, but now they're to second and third, you know. Hit it to right field.
Big cut, big strike. So it's got to be the best feeling as a pitcher when you see a guy take a big swing like that and then you just see that dust off of the catcher's glove.
And he does hit it into right field. Does it stay fair? No, it's a foul ball. That would have scored 2.
It was just the tiniest bit late getting around on it. Got all of it. Evens up the count. Hamilton looks the runners back that time. Strike 3, and they're going to have to appeal and throw it to first. And
yes, and then we have a runner coming home.
Great bit of base running that time. Heads up play there by, that is number 2
Woodson.
For Western Hills, Clay Woodson. Held off of his run just long enough. And Ellis had to make a decision, had to get the guy out at first, but that cost them the go-ahead run. 5-4 the score now as we take a look at the replay here.
Yeah. Heads up base running by Western
Slide by
Hills.
Woodson, but he really could have just walked in there.
Lincoln Parrish at the plate.
And that's tough on Hamilton because he had gotten the strikeout.
Parrish 1 for 2 tonight, hit a double back in the second and flew out to the right fielder.
And you mentioned it before, Clint. Western Hills not shy about being aggressive on the base paths, excuse me.
Neither team, really.
Yeah. I mean, you've got guys on third that are taking big leads, and they're ready to jump on anything.
Another well-hit ball. Oh!
It's going to bring a run in, and coming into second now. Now this game may be starting to break open a little bit for Western Hills as Parrish with an RBI double.
Well, I don't know if it's it may be an error because I think it hit Hammonds' glove.
Let's take a look at the replay here. I don't know if they've got anybody going yet, but he's made a call, and I think we're going to have our center fielder come in here to platoon as a relief pitcher, and a nice round of applause for Hamilton as he comes off. Let's take a look at this replay, Quentin. We didn't have the best look at it, but I don't think he got to it.
I think he overran it and it had to come back. But okay.
You know me, I'm feeling generous tonight.
We'll give him a double, sure.
As many times when I played Little League as I fouled up things in the field, I always give those guys the benefit of the doubt.
This is Ty Hancock coming in from center field to pitch, and they brought in a new center fielder, but I don't know who that was. I think it's number 22, but I don't know his name. Our roster for Frankfort High only had first and last names and their year in school. No numbers.
So Hamilton leaves this game with the run aboard, with a runner on base, and 2 runs scoring here in the bottom of the 5th. 6-4 your score. Western Hills edging out in front of this one. If Hancock wants to keep that lead at 2 for Western Hills, he's got a little bit of work to do here.
Well, while he warms up, we'll take a quick 30-second break. We'll be back in a second here on Cable 10.
Sticky notes are part of our daily lives, and people have found some pretty creative uses for them. As Kentucky's insurance company, we appreciate the resourcefulness and the fact that billions of sticky notes are made each year right here in the Commonwealth. And we think that's something Kentuckians find pretty noteworthy. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, big on commitment.
All right, Ty Hancock on the mound right there for Frankfort High. First batter he will face, Logan Dispinette. And he throws a strike.
That one didn't look far away.
Throws that fastball past Dispinette that time.
3 pitches, 2 strikes, and Hancock just about out of this inning.
Inside.
Runner thought about going, but ended up staying put over there.
Yeah.
Lincoln Parrish.
You know, whether he's on second or third really doesn't matter, because if Dispinette can get a hit here,
it's just creating a little bit of chaos for the
Parrish
pitcher.
is going to score.
Just anything else that pitcher has to think about besides throwing strikes.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, man on second.
But you're right, Clint. They're not overly concerned with whether or not that base runner is on second or third. It's Frankfort High right now.
And again, we get a strikeout, but Ellis has to throw him out because he dropped the ball. And that'll bring the 5th to a close.
Big inning for Western Hills there.
They're up 6-4. Top of the 6th coming up next on Cable 10.
In today's fast-paced housing market, you need realtors with experience who understand that timing is essential when finding the perfect home for the right price. Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher are here to ensure that you and your family have a positive experience from start to finish.
Real estate is what we do.
And families are why we do it.
And just like in the bottom of the 5th, with getting a new pitcher for Frankfort High, we now have a new pitcher for Western Hills. Taking the mound is number 21, Logan Dispinette, in relief of DJ Barnett. 6-4 your score. The Wolverines on top. Frankfort High, again, looking up at Western Hills in the scoreboard, and we'll show you how we got to the 6-4 score line here, Clint.
All right, let's do that. Western Hills first to score. That was a sac fly. And then this is a Texas leaguer by Nate Ray. Scored a run, and then Ray himself scores on a pass ball. And then Frankfort High comes right back, and they score 3 runs in the top of the 3rd. There's Charlie Ellis with a base hit into left field. And then here we have Ellis coming around, sliding head first into home plate. That ties it up. Excuse me, that's...
that was a good piece of base running right there.
That tied it up right there. 3-3. And then the Wolverines come back.
And that was just sort of like one of those fielder's choices, but a good job of heads-up base running. And then knocking in the run that time.
So that wasn't all the runs, but that was most of them.
And that last hit was what knocked Stephen Hamilton out of this game. As now Logan Dispinette takes the mound.
And he's going to face Hancock, former center fielder and now on the mound.
Hancock swinging early.
Hancock 0 for 2, struck out in the 2nd, flied out to the shortstop in the 3rd. So far, every time Western Hills has scored in the bottom of the inning, Frankfort High has matched it in the top of the next inning. We'll see if they can do that here. There's a nice shot, but cleanly fielded by the 3rd baseman, Rutledge. Makes the throw over to first. Out number 1.
Yeah, it was a nice put out by Rutledge. Had to catch it on the hop, but handled like a true professional. Fastball strike one that time to the batter, number 22. That's the one that we're still trying to kind of figure out.
Yeah, we don't know who he is. Sorry, folks.
We should have been listening better. It's always that Fisher cut bait thing with, do I tell you what just happened and explain it in further detail, or do we push on forward?
Push on forward.
One and two to count here.
But maybe a little bit high, maybe a little bit outside.
It's definitely got a little bit of heat, though. Oh,
And that
right on the outside
punched
of
him
the
out
plate.
right there.
2 up, 2 down for Dispinette. Here in the top of the 6th.
The third baseman, number 3, Jacob Tracy.
This brings up our right-handed, left-handed batter, Jacob Tracy.
Dispinette's making a miss so far. That one low and in the dirt. Let's get a look at Tracy, who's had a pretty good game for himself.
He has. Gets the bat on the ball there.
Nice play.
Nice play by Clark. Throws it over to Parrish, and that's the end of the top of the 6th.
Insult to injury. Tracy took a little bit of a tumble going over the base that time.
We'll be back with the bottom of the 6th. Western Hills with a 2-run lead here on Cable 10.
Team's a great season. Score $5 for the high school of your choice simply by opening a spirited account featuring your school colors and mascot on your debit card. Show your support. Flyers, Panthers, or Wolverines. Who will raise the most? Go to Expree.org today. Choose wisely. Western Hills, Franklin County, Frankfort High. Let the rivalry continue. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Bill McCoy Insurance Agency, celebrating over 46 years in business. With over 15 companies to shop and collectively over 100 years of experience, call, visit us, or request quotes on BillMcCoyInsuranceAgency.com.
You finally found the perfect car in racing blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
Bill McCoy Insurance, celebrating over 46 years in business. With over 15 companies to shop, call us or visit our office for quotes.
Bottom of the 6th here. Western Hills up to bat with a 2-run lead over the Frankfort High Panthers. As you see, some of the Panthers here who have fought hard today. And now moving to first, it looks like, is Stephen Hamilton, who started off the game, pitched 5 1/4 innings. For 4 1/4 innings, I should say. Yeah, I've kind of lost count.
You can't have a quarter of an inning.
Well,
you just got to have a third.
Depends on how many batters you have, I guess.
The popcorn's all gone, John. Daggone it.
That means I don't have to talk anymore?
No, I didn't say that. Didn't say that.
All right.
Panthers meet at the mound there. Give Ty Hancock, a little bit of encouragement here. Nate Ray at the plate for Western Hills. 2 for 2 tonight.
Guess it would have been 2/3 of an inning that Hamilton pitched because he did leave the game with 2 outs.
Hancock's first pitch got away from him in there. Goes behind Nate Ray.
Hancock, a junior, coming in to try to keep Frankfurt High alive.
Hits the ball hard, but right at the center fielder. Well, that's Wellman out there. He has switched from his left field position. He's now playing center.
So we got Chris Clark here, the second baseman, coming in to bat for the Wolverines. That one high. Feels right now that Hancock might have a bit of the opposite problem from what we saw Stephen Hamilton with. He can't keep the ball down, whereas Stephen Hamilton couldn't keep it in the strike zone and kept wanting to go past Ellis.
Mm-hmm. He threw a few balls in the dirt. Chris Clark, the only non-senior in the lineup for Western Hills. He reached in the second on an error by Tracy, and then he was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning.
Swing and a miss. And that'll bring the count to 2-2. Smacks that one into center.
Wellman's got a beat on that one. Makes the grab.
And that's 2 down, so Frankfurt High doing what they have to stay alive in this game.
So far, the Panthers only needed Wellman out there in center. You probably don't remember this. This is going way back, but there is a baseball movie from 40-plus years ago called
League of Their Own.
Bingo Long and the Traveling All-Stars. Starred James Earl Jones and I can't think of his name now. But anyway, they were barnstorming baseball team supposedly back in the 20s or 30s when African Americans, couldn't play in the majors, and and Richard Pryor was in that movie also. That's right. Billy D. Williams. That's the guy I couldn't think of. Anyway, they would start each game with just the pitcher, the catcher, and the center fielder.
Wow.
The pitcher was that good. He'd either strike him out or he hit a fly ball.
What was it called?
Bingo Long and the Traveling All-Stars. It may have had even more.
Think it was on Netflix?
Could be. Look it up.
Check it out. Big strike that time because Hancock was having trouble finding the zone.
Oh, Mr. Crow has reminded me. It was Bingo Long, Traveling All-Stars, and Motor Kings.
So we see.
And it's on Amazon Prime.
All right. Good to know.
So there you go.
So if I put in Bingo Long, fingers crossed, it'll get me there.
It gets you there. I mean, it's got, you got some big stars. Billy Williams, Richard Pryor, James Earl Jones. I mean,
Yeah.
heavy hitters there. So
who doesn't love a baseball movie, too? Woodson on as Hancock walks aboard. The Wolverine runner on the far side there on first base. Far side from us, anyway. That is the first base runner that Hancock has to his name in this game.
Woodson hit to get a hit in this game. He flew out to the pitcher in the first inning, and he has walked 2 times since then.
Stayed off of that one. That was just out of the zone.
That looked pretty good from our vantage point here on the left field line.
Hurst staying put. That one's high in the zone again. Hancock delivers and gets it in that time, and that'll get him back in this count.
Yeah, give him something to work with anyway. And walks another one.
Now Hancock getting in a little bit of trouble. He's got 2 outs.
But 2 runners on base.
And you definitely don't want to have any more to do in the top of the 7th than you have to. We're going to see a mound visit here. No signal yet from the coach.
I don't think there's a pitching change coming. Just Coach McConaughey trying to coach up his young players.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd love to get out of this inning without having to go to another pitcher.
They've only got 1 more at-bat coming up. But they, being 2 runs down, not so bad. But
yeah, we've seen them make that deficit up.
Caden Allen has flied out to center field, reached in the 3rd on an error by Tracy, the 3rd baseman, and drew a walk his last time at the plate.
Strike. Waited a little while to make that call. I thought it might have been a little bit outside.
Good look at Hancock. Steps off the mound to make Griffin Hurst be a little more honest there at second base.
Again, we're just a little bit obscured from seeing the batter on those right-handed batters by where the umpire has chosen to place himself. We've got a play here and doing some work on the base path that time as Griffin Hurst as he makes it to 3rd.
Yeah, that's, you catch the, the Panthers just, they lost their focus. Like I said, it's such a mental game. You have to be paying attention. He steals while Ellis is throwing the ball back to the pitcher. And now we have a token steal to second base.
Yeah, no contest.
Yeah. So now a base hit will probably score 2, and the Panthers could be down by 4. So this is a big out here. If they can get it, ball gets past him. Hurst is going to go for it, and he's going to be tagged out.
That's a huge play that time. Nice job by Ellis to stay with the play, and maybe not the best time to send the runner. It just didn't really get far enough past the catcher. Ellis had enough time to recover.
Yeah, and a good job by Hancock coming to the plate.
I think Hurst is a little mad at himself for not sliding that time. At least having a chance at getting under the tag.
Well, he probably, you know, he's probably thinking, I should have left earlier. I should have left as soon as the ball got past him. And he didn't do that and got tagged down. But anyway, that wraps up the 6th. We go to the top of the 7th next here on Cable 10.
Tune in to Around 10, Frankfort's very own morning show. We cover all the happenings in the capital city every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. live on Cable 10, Facebook, and YouTube. Remember, if it happens around town, it's on Around 10.
FPB knows reliable internet is more important than ever. It lets us work from home, share life with family and friends, and make vital connections online. To help, qualifying customers can now access the new Affordable Connectivity Program and step up to fast, reliable FPB internet at a savings of up to $30 per month. Learn more about this new opportunity. Visit FPB online today.
So it's good to know now, Clint, that all we have to hear is a little bit of low rider to get you moving.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cutting a rug over here.
No, actually, when I dance, I don't move my feet anymore. I just kind of sway back and forth, bounce up and down a little bit. You know, it's
easier on the hips.
Yes, and the knees. Yeah. All right. The Panthers, they got to bring it.
Top of the order coming up anyway, so Panthers have 2 runs to score if they want to stay alive here. Dispinette nearly hits Wellman. I think they may have hit him. So 1 run aboard already, 1 pitch.
So now the last batter in the order has been hit by a pitch, and the top batter also hit by a pitch.
I think our transmitter was hit by a pitch too.
No, I have.
There's Dispinette, pitch inside, but they call it a strike. I did not think he hit the zone with that, but strike 1 regardless.
If we lost camera 3 there for a moment, guys, that's my fault. Sorry about it.
One and 1 the count now. Dispinette definitely seems to be more comfortable working that right side of the plate. Quick throw. Just keeping the base runner honest.
Nice
strike
pitch.
2. That's happened a couple of times. I feel like that ump is like making.
He just wants to make sure.
Yeah. It's like he's trying to convince himself.
Oh.
Strike 3 in the dirt.
I don't think Hamilton realized that McGahee dropped the ball. He could have taken off for first, but
yeah.
But he just wisely gave up on it.
Yeah, it was kind of an interesting one because I think he caught the ball and then almost trapped it. There's a pop up.
Is that playable? Is it playable?
That might be our second out.
Baseman
did not come up with it.
Nope. Nice effort though. I think that's Clark still over there playing second base. I think.
So we take a look at the replay. Nice shot that time.
That's our man David Columbia again.
Got to give some love to all of our camera operators out here.
Yes, we have Todd and Zach also on camera tonight.
And all our people in the truck We've got Douglas, Ariel, and Crystal in the truck.
And Zach.
Hubbard. You already mentioned
the other
Zach.
Zach. I know, but no, we got 2 Zachs.
Well, it's assumed. If I say Zach.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's that inaudible square.
Oh my goodness.
The plot thickens.
Yes, I think they had him, but Parrish, wasn't paying attention. McGay, he throws it down there, and Parrish is, I don't know if they would have had him or not, but he wouldn't have advanced to second base. That was a pretty good throw.
And for Bubba Martin, having a team with this much experience, you don't want to see them fail to close this out, as that's a line drive, and that will bring in a run.
Yes, and Ellis,
Ellis nearly faked himself out of his shoes that time.
He wanted to go to third so bad.
I think he made the right call, because that throw was on a line to third, but tying run aboard on second.
Yeah, double by Charlie Ellis, the super senior.
Nicely hit ball that time, too, into left center. As we see picking him up and putting him down that time, Austin Wellman getting in, and Ellis with an RBI double at the most important time.
Yes, Ellis that's his 3rd base hit tonight. 2 singles and a
Ellis
double.
nearly caught off the plate that time. Off the bag, rather.
This will bring up the freshman Drew Ludwig. Ludwig has walked and struck out looking twice. The Panthers need him to come through at this moment.
But tying run aboard, 1 out. This is exactly what you wanted to see if you're Coach McConaughey.
Good look at Dispinette there. He looks like a pitcher, doesn't he? Oh, man, what a hit by Drew Ludwig. Oh,
that was going to bring
Ray
Ellis
boots
in.
it. Ellis is going to score. He's going to fall down first, then he's going to score, and Ludwig is going to make it a double.
I don't think Ludwig could see that the ball had gotten past the left fielder out there. He could have possibly gotten another bag on that, but as it is, drives in the tying run. Another RBI double, Charlie Ellis scoring. You called it, Clint. Every time Western Hills goes on top in the bottom of the inning, Frankfort High has had an answer. It took him a couple innings this time as Charlie Ellis, an adventurous trip home. We'll put it that way. Who among us?
A literal trip home, says Mr. Crow from the truck. Oh, my goodness. That was a well-hit ball by Drew Ludwig.
He just knew he had time to stretch his legs. And you're right, Clint. You said it. Nice piece of hitting that time by Ludwig. And Western Hills just not able to put away the Panthers.
Even if Ray had cleanly fielded the ball over in left field, I don't think they would have gotten Ellis out.
And we've got,
because he was booking it. Well, now since he tripped, maybe they would have. But
we've got somebody warming up behind us here in the bullpen. Cole Brown, it looks like.
And I think we've also got, we're supposed to have Duda at the plate, but, oh yeah, okay, he's going to be, we got a pinch runner. Dutta, the announcer called him, not Duda, so Dutta. One of those is correct. I'm not sure which one, but we apologize if we've pronounced it wrong all night long.
Lays down, or shows bunt, rather, and the infield rushing in.
Our pinch runner is number 4, but we don't have his name. Sorry. Dutta swings.
It's a bouncer that's going to get one out, but advancing the runner.
Yes. I'm going to give him a sacrifice.
That works for me.
A legal scorer. May not rule it that way, but that's what I'm doing.
And the go-ahead run. Almost home for Frankfort High here.
Standing at third base, yeah. That's Ty Hammonds at the plate.
Really strong performance for the Panthers here, staying alive. Hammonds swinging strike one.
Hammonds 1 for 2. Had a sacrifice in the second inning. Got a base hit in the third. Struck out in the fifth. Must have been outside. It looked good.
And the throw goes over the head, and I think Frankfort High's coach here was going to tackle his base runner to keep him from going on that because he was nearly on the base path.
Well, he signaled him to go at first, and then he saw that Clark got over there and got the ball quickly.
Yeah, you're right, Quint. Strike two. Caught the outside of the plate that time. Just been at one pitch away from getting out of this.
Nope, make it 2 pitches.
Just a tie. Well,
oh yeah,
one good pitch.
One good pitch, yeah.
Yeah, theoretically, one pitch.
Or 1 pitch away from losing the lead. Hammond staying alive in there.
It's a nice battle we're seeing here. Count still 2-2.
And that's hit to left field. Ray goes back, makes the grab.
What a catch.
Falls down, but made the catch.
That's a fantastic catch, and that'll turn him over.
Wow, what an effort by Nate Ray.
Oh, I thought they...
We'll try to see it here.
Yeah.
And
fantastic catch, and Frankfort High gets the game to the bottom of the 7th, which was the objective, but can't get the go-ahead run aboard.
All right, bottom of the 7th, game tied. Western Hills just needs 1 run for the win. Frankfort High needs to hold them to go into extra innings. We'll have that after this on Cable 10.
Here's what people are saying about a state tree service.
They're honest, have experienced staff, fair rates, and I trust the quality of their work.
They were professional and courteous, and cleanup of the job site was great.
They are prompt, reliable, and they always make sure I'm satisfied, which is why when I have tree care needs, I call Estate Tree Service.
Our mission is to provide safe, quality tree care at a fair price to Central Kentucky. Go online or give us a call for a free quote.
Welcome back to Western Hills. We are in the bottom of the 7th. Frankfort High doing a nice bit of hitting, nice bit of base running to get back into this game and tie it up. And we have a scoring recap here as Western Hills attacking early, putting 3 across on the double there. And then we have a passed ball here, getting past the catcher, Charlie Ellis, to walk in another Western Hills run, and then Frankfort High battling back, which is what they've done all night, as you see Austin Wellman walking across the plate that time. The drive, and this brought in too as Charlie Ellis rounded the plate and came in, head first dive to score and tie it up at 3. Another run coming in for Western Hills on a ball that gets past the catcher. Then Frankfort High putting a little squeeze on that time.
Yeah, that was a
Getting
nice
a
play.
tie run in. And then this was kind of a
little
worst
oopsie.
case scenario. Western Hills gets a run aboard across that time. Just kind of chip shotted that one into the outfield, and that pushed the lead out to 2. And
Big hit there by Charlie Ellis, a double, and he eventually he scores Wellman, and then he himself eventually scores on this play right here. You'll see him get his shoulders a little bit too far ahead of his knees and walks across the plate eventually.
But take a look at this. A catch to keep it to just 2 runs for Frankfort High and give Western Hills a chance to win this with just one run here in the bottom of the 7th. Coming up to bat here is Caden Allen.
So we've got Hancock on the mound and Allen at the plate.
That one high and outside. Ball 2. That one just hung and stuck in the strike zone. Hancock gets a strike.
Right across the numbers.
Hancock gets a bat to that one, sprays it out foul. Excuse me, Allen. Hancock threw the ball to him.
Keeping all these numbers or names straight is a challenge sometimes. Especially this is our first game of the season, so.
Allen takes the hit, and the go-ahead run and the winning run is aboard as Hancock hits him in the foot.
That'll bring up Rutledge. Rutledge 0 for 3, so perhaps like Ludwig, the first baseman for the Panthers, who was due for a hit and got a big one.
No, and if you bring a bat like that up, it's kind of like the Chekhov gun. If you bring a green bat up, you got to get a hit at some point. That one popped up into the lights. Hancock looks back the runner.
Rutledge fouling him off. Staying alive in there.
Nobody out that can afford to be careful with that base runner. Can Western Hills.
I thought of Allen maybe taking off on an 0-2 pitch, but he didn't. And there he goes.
Swing and a miss.
And
strike 3 called.
But
on the swing,
Allen does steal second.
Let's take a look at Allen there. Nice head first slide. Throw was never coming because it got away from Ellis.
Kemper Dotson at the plate. He singled in the second inning, but he's struck out twice since then.
If he can get another single, that's probably all they're going to need to get the W. Hancock's just got to stay cool here, take it one pitch at a time. Nice pitch that time. Caught the low end of the strike zone.
Well, you got to applaud it. Whoever wins this thing, you got to applaud both teams. Frankfort High, particularly for, you know, they've never had the lead, but they've always come back to tie it up.
Yeah, they've shown a lot of heart. I think maybe taking it on the chin in that last one,
yeah,
has given them a little fighting spirit. They don't want to see that happen again tonight. And they've definitely given a winning effort tonight, whether or not they come home with the victory or not. And for a young team, it's got to be encouraging if you're their coach to see them hang around like this. 3-1 count, and stepping off the plate that time was Dotson. Big swing, strike two.
Every player wants to get that game-winning hit. The walk-off. And we have a steal coming, but it's fouled off. Caden Allen runs to third for nothing.
Isn't that the worst when you get a great jump? You're
Yeah.
all the way there, and you got to just take that walk of shame back.
Full count. There's a look at Allen.
Comes with the fastball, just gets a piece of it to stay alive.
Behind Dodson, we've got Lincoln Parrish, and Parrish has hit the ball well tonight. He's got 2 doubles, and he had a long fly out to right field.
Another payoff pitch, strike 3 swinging, and that'll bring the runner over to third. But the more important thing for Frankfort High is that you are 1 out away from getting out of this inning and going at least 1 more.
A single wins it. Anything else, and we're in extra innings. Well, take that back. A walk would not.
I was just going to let you do it yourself.
Yeah. You're going to let me hang myself for you?
No, I was going to let you get there yourself. I knew you would. We have a meeting at the mound here, as I think Ellis wants to make sure he and Hancock are on the same page, but we do see Coach McConaughey coming out. Just want to get everybody together and in sync.
Yeah, this is
There's no overstating the importance of this at bat.
That's true. That's true. As we've said before tonight, this is our first game we've covered this season, but there are more coming. And we've found out today, apparently, that we've been approved by Great Crossing to go to Great Crossing to cover the district softball tournament.
I love it. FPB on tour.
Yeah, on the road. Last time that happened was Woodford County in basketball about 3 or 4 years ago.
Well, we did go to, we did do the football tournament over at Woodford County. We've done a couple soccer tournaments.
Oh,
there
that's
as
true.
well.
We have. That's
but
right.
we don't count
That's
that.
right.
It's what the park over there on the other side of town. Plus, they're Woodford County no longer in our district. So
yeah. Which makes no sense to me whatsoever. KHS AA is made several decisions that I just cannot figure.
Well, that's the way sports is going. I mean, that's why you have Missouri playing South Carolina in a SEC tournament game 1 in front of about 200 people. That one inside,
and that walks him. So the pitcher, Dispinette, will come to the plate now.
has a chance to make his life a lot easier tonight.
He sacrificed in the second.
Another one.
Flew out to the first baseman in the 4th and struck out in the 5th.
The runner will go, no contest that time.
Yeah, no.
As they're just trying to get out of this inning by hook or by crook, our Frankfort High.
You know, I would not be surprised at all if Western Hills didn't try another suicide squeeze. They got nothing to lose.
That's true.
But I think Coach Martin is going to play it safe here. And I got 2 base runners. You know, if it goes into extra innings in the bottom of the 8th, I may not have 2 base runners. So
strike 1 that time. 2-1 the count. So Hancock gets back into this at bat, trying to battle out of this. That one inside. That one looked pretty close, but
if he walks Dispinette, Nate Ray is the next batter. He's had 2 hits already tonight. So,
and that is what we will see as the bases are loaded, 2 outs.
Nate Ray, who made an astounding catch in left field.
No shortage of intrigue. We're going to find out one way or the other at this at bat what we're dealing with tonight.
Now I can truly say that a hit wins the game, and anything else, a hit or a walk ends the game.
I was gonna let you. I was
You
gonna
let me do it
I
again,
saw the
didn't you?
gears turning.
You smelled something burning, and
Yeah. This is like burnt toast.
and Ray hits
Let's
it.
see
I
what
think.
happens.
Oh,
We're going
it's going to be
another one.
caught. The right fielder comes in and makes the grab.
3 base runners, couldn't get one aboard, or couldn't get one across rather. And we go to 8.
Another full inning of baseball coming your way next here on Cable 10.
Yeah, this is Joe. You need a tree removed from your yard? Yeah, I can do that for you.
Don't take a chance on any Joe Schmo. Call State Tree Service for all your tree care needs. Since 1957, Estate Tree Service has provided safe, quality tree care at a fair rate. From tree removal and pruning to stump grinding and debris cleanup, we've got you covered. Call the trusted professionals at Estate Tree Service today.
Game of the Week is brought to you by J.O. Osborne with the Franklin County Farm Bureau. The Franklin County Farm Bureau's J.O. Osborne wishes all of our local teams a healthy, competitive, and successful season. J.O. and Kentucky Farm Bureau have been insuring Frankfort since 1943. With them on your team, when you experience a loss from an accident or storm, it can be a real game changer.
Sticky notes are part of our daily lives, and people have found some pretty creative uses for them. As Kentucky's insurance company, we appreciate the resourcefulness and the fact that billions of sticky notes are made each year right here in the Commonwealth. And we think that's something Kentuckians find pretty noteworthy. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, big on commitment.
Well, Clint, we have free baseball.
Free baseball, no extra charge. This is every bit as exciting as last year's contest here between these two teams.
And just like we always say about Frankfort High Schools, every sport we've seen them in, you know, just based on the size of the school, they can always kind of be up against it, but you always see them battle. And that's definitely what they've done tonight.
That's right.
Western Hills had a chance to put this one away in the last inning. Had bases loaded and could not get anybody across. So we find ourselves here in the top of the 8th.
Ty Hancock at the plate, leading off the top of the 8th inning.
Strike one swinging for Hancock as Dispinette bringing the heat that time. That one breaking away. No shortage of activity going on behind us here in the Western Hills bullpen. I guess some guys maybe just getting loose. Might be pitchers, might just be guys trying to be ready if needed. It's the 1-2 pitch coming in, and that one falls in for a strike 3 looking. Nice pitch by Dispinette. Let's take a look at this one again.
Right in there.
Yeah, it never really fell out of the strike zone, but just enough movement on it to make him think, make the batter think that it would.
Wow, they just announced 22's name. Did you catch it?
Caleb Duff, I believe. They said Caleb.
Did they? Okay.
Yes. There's only one Caleb on the team.
We're going to go with that.
I'm going to go with Caleb Duff since a lot of people in the crowd are saying it too. So Caleb Duff quickly 0-2 in the count as Dispinette's made a good account of himself so far, and just as I say that, he nearly hits Duff and puts him on base.
Frankfort High has only had 2 innings so far where they've gone 3 up, 3 down.
Dispinette's got that breaking ball working for him.
Yeah, that's a nice pitch. It must have been just a little bit outside.
And we got a hold on things as a loose baseball over next to the backstop.
Griffin Hurst goes over and picks it up.
Strike 3 looking. And they say he did go around, so another punch out for Dispinette. Two up, 2 down. That'll bring up our lone left-hander tonight, Jacob Tracy, the third baseman.
Yes. Fouls that one off. That is close to my car.
Strike 2. Dispinette's got his stuff working for him here.
0-2 here.
Struck out the side, swinging as Tracy goes down. What a performance in the top of the 8th by Logan Dispinette, setting the stage for a Wolverine win if they can get 1 run across the board in the bottom of the 8th, Clint.
That's all we need. We'll have it next here on Cable 10.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher. Choose local realtors that treat you like family because real estate is what we do and families are why we do it. In today's fast-paced housing market, you need realtors with experience who understand that timing is essential when finding the perfect home for the right price. Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher are here to ensure that you and your family have a positive experience from start to finish.
Real estate is what we do.
And families are why we do it.
Welcome back, folks, to Western Hills High School. Tie ball game, 6-6, extra innings. We're in the bottom of the 8th now. They only play 7 innings in high school baseball. But we're in our 8th. It has been a game of Western Hills getting some runs in the bottom of an inning and then Frankfort High matching them in the top of the next inning. But if Western Hills scores in this inning, in the bottom of this inning, then there is no top of the next inning.
Ty Hancock, going back to the mound for Frankfort High. Try to extend this game one more time. He got out of a jam in the last inning when Western Hills loaded the bases.
You know, we've seen some pretty good pitching performances tonight by both teams. I mean, both teams have just used 2 pitchers so far. And I mean, I've been to some high school games that, you know, you'll see 5 or 6 pitchers in a 7-inning game. And
yeah, we saw the freshman Stephen Hamilton, our starter, as we see another great performer tonight. Our man Todd out in the outfield.
Wave, Todd.
He did.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay,
yeah.
Good.
That's why you gotta watch your monitor. That one's high for ball 1. Going back to the pitchers for a second, nice performance by Stephen Hamilton, just managing to hang on, battle. That's what you want out of a freshman pitcher, and Ty Hancock has really kept Frankfort High in this game. And then we think about what we saw in the last half of an inning with Logan Dispinette striking out the side, coming on in relief for
Barnett,
who had a pretty good performance in his own right. That's a nice pitch right there, just missing it.
This is Chris Clark at the plate, the only sophomore in the lineup, the only non-senior in the lineup for Western Hills.
There was an old soul singer named Chris Clark, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm. You're not going to sing, are you?
No.
Oh, thank goodness.
Still getting over a cold. Maybe next time. I can't remember what Chris Clark's song was off the top of my head. But then again, that was many years before I was born.
We'll forgive you. Full count now on Clark.
The baseball player, Chris Clark.
Yes. After him, we've got the top of the order coming up. Dylan McGahee.
Payoff pitch, strike 3, swinging. And the great pitching continues for both of these teams.
McGahee is due for a hit. He's 0 for 3. Ground out to third base in the first, and then flew out to left field, and then flew out to right field, and then got a walk and was tagged out at home plate. Actually, he wasn't tagged out. It was a pinch runner for him. It was Hurst, actually, that was tagged out.
Big swing. Evens the count. Two and one the count now is missing outside.
Here's that tag out play right there. Hurst got tagged out and got mad at himself later for not leaving us a little bit earlier.
Yeah, that's a run that changes the entire complexion of things tonight.
Yeah, yeah.
Hancock with the 3-1 here.
And he draws the walk. McGahee does, that is. This brings up Woodson. He's walked his last 3 times at bat.
And now this also puts it into Hancock's head that that runner is going to be moving, I would assume, pretty quickly.
McGahee is a wide receiver for the football team, so he's got some wheels, and yep, he goes
just like that
to second base. And
sometimes I wonder as a pitcher, though, if it helps you a little bit just to have that out of your mind of having to constantly look the runner back. Now, in a situation like this, it is of some concern because if they get to third and then a pass ball wins the game.
Yeah.
For Western Hills, but I always think about just having one less thing to have on your mind when you're trying to pitch your way out of the jam.
Woodson looking at a 2-0 pitch, and he draws ball 3. He's the king of walks tonight. He flew out to the pitcher in the first inning, but he's walked ever since. And if he walks here, it'll be 4 walks in a row.
And you got to believe there's no way that they're going to.
He's not swinging on this pitch, I don't think.
If the coach could just like take the bat out of his hand, he would.
And this will bring up Caden Allen. Caden Allen has flown out to center field in the first inning, reached on an error in the third, and walked in the 5th, and was hit by a pitch last inning.
We're going to get a mound visit here, as this is one of those interesting situations. A lot of different ways you could go with this. I mean, you got to expect that, just like before, Western Hills is going to try to get that runner moving early and get him on second and third, take away the chance of a double play ending the inning. Not that I don't think we've seen any double plays tonight, have we?
No, we have not.
Less common occurrence at this level.
It wouldn't surprise me here if Coach Martin bunted the.
That's a good point.
Runners
1 out.
Forward. You have no outs, and then you wind up with probably 1 out, but 2 guys in scoring position. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. That's right. Clark made the first out.
But still, your point stands. You can afford to take the risk.
Right.
And especially,
and you would have
Hancock, who has shown some propensity to not be able to hit his target. If one gets away from him, then your
game's over.
Really close to winning the game.
And you would have your cleanup batter at the plate.
This is where the strategy of baseball comes in, and it's a lot of fun to watch and just see what kind of situations comes up, as we do have another pitcher coming up.
Number 18, we don't know who he is, but we'll try to find out as we take a break, and then we'll come back right here on Cable 10.
Tune in to Around 10, Frankfort's very own morning show. We cover all the happenings in the capital city every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. live on Cable 10, Facebook, and YouTube. Remember, if it happens around town, it's on Around 10.
FPB knows reliable internet is more important than ever. It lets us work from home, share life with family and friends, and make vital connections online. To help, Qualifying customers can now access the new Affordable Connectivity Program and step up to fast, reliable FPB internet at a savings of up to $30 per month. Learn more about this new opportunity. Visit FPB online today.
All right, John, in your stellar detective work, you now know the name of the pitcher.
Well, if you want to call that stellar detective work, I asked one of the young gentlemen here on the Western Hills dugout who it was. It looks like we've got Harrison Risk, the sophomore, taking the mound to try to get Frankfort High out of this jam, as a run will end this game for Western Hills. And I guess we're going to find out if the Western Hills batting order is risk averse. As soon as I saw that,
That
I was
was
like,
good.
please let that kid get in the game.
That
because
was good.
I got this one in the chamber, and I'm going to need to get it out.
Oh, Doug Crow says high risk, high reward.
I'm sure he's heard them all.
Well, I'm sure he has.
As a person with a peculiar last name, it never ends. It really doesn't. You just get saddled with that your entire life. We'll see what Harrison Risk has here. High and outside with the fastball to start us out. Runner staying.
Panthers need some outs.
That
Oh,
one's
my
way
goodness.
out, and that's going to get the runners over.
And now, you know, if you were going to bunt, you don't have to. Now all you need is a long fly ball.
That's tough for any pitcher to come into this situation.
And to come in cold.
Yeah.
He wasn't warming up on the sideline in the bullpen or anything. He just, you know.
2-0 pitch. That one's in the dirt. Nice stop there by Ellis. That was almost a game-saving stop.
Yes. We got McGahee over here on third. As we said earlier, he's got some wheels. He was a receiver on the Western Hills football team. So
that one gets in for a strike. So Risk finally able to get back into this at bat. It's Caden Allen going to try to win the game for Western Hills. Takes a big cut and gets a piece of it.
healthy swing, though.
Risk manages to work the count full. Pop fly will go another one. And I mean, for Harrison Risk, there's no point in worrying about the runners at this point. You just got to throw strikes.
Yeah. You got to throw strikes and hope that your defense can make plays for you.
Still alive on the count there was Caden Allen. Both of these teams just battling tooth and nail every single at bat. And that's going to be a walk, and that'll load the bases.
And this will bring up Rutledge, the cleanup batter. Bases loaded, nobody out. And Rutledge is due. He's not had a stellar night at the plate. He's ground out to third base. He struck out twice, and he flew out to the second baseman. And he's the one with the glow-in-the-dark bat, as you can see.
This game goes on any longer, we might need it. We might need it. Excuse me.
Starting to
I'll
get
try to say that in English.
Starting to get a little nippy outside.
Nice strike there to open things up. Hills trying to end this one. That's in the dirt. Another nice stop by Charlie Ellis.
Yeah, Ellis working hard back there.
It's just always a joy to watch play, no matter what sport he's in.
Yeah, I mean, he's, you know,
just always has his
football,
head in the game.
Basketball, baseball. Who knows? He might wrestle and run track for all I know.
That one's high. And do they call that a strike?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I thought that was really high, so that'll be the count should be 1-1 right now.
I think it's 2-1 actually.
That's a good point because he threw that one in the dirt. So 3-1 the count.
Well, you can't walk him here. You just cannot walk him.
And that's a tough position for any pitcher to be in. Your margin for error is nil. Strike two.
That
might have been a little generous. I think that umpire was thinking the same thing we were. That looked like it was about a half a foot outside.
Yeah, but the coaches aren't arguing over it, so.
3-2 payoff pitch and swung on.
There
and
it
that's
is.
going to be up in the air.
The
Getting under it
outfielders
there.
were in.
Outfielder is there catching, but that's going to bring the run in. That'll bring this one to an end.
And Rutledge gets the game-winning sacrifice fly RBI.
And that neon green bat got put to some good use.
All right, folks. This game is over. Western Hills wins it tonight. But we're going to step aside for a little bit and have a little recap. Stay with us here on Cable 10.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Classic Gold. Art carved class rings are available at Classic Gold Master Jewelers on 859 East Main Street.
Classic Gold Master Jewelers has an amazing selection of jewelry that anyone will love. Classic Gold also provides custom services like pearl restringing, engraving, watch repair, ring resizing, and custom designs. Classic Gold Master Jewelers, 859 East Main Street.
And now, folks, it's time for the Classic Gold Master Jewelers play of the game. And you know, if you missed it, it just happened just a while ago, but we're going to show it to you again.
And some would criticize us of having some recency bias, but when you get a sac fly like this to win the game, get a good bat on the ball just to make sure, that's got to be the play of the game, especially in extra innings.
Yeah, scores Dylan McGahee and the Wolverines. They squeak one out here against the Panthers, but the Panthers really put up a fight. Good job for such a young team, and you know, saw some sportsmanship there. That's very nice also. So.
It's a fun night of baseball.
Yes, it was. Stay with us throughout the rest of the spring. Like I said, we've got some more baseball games coming up.
And we'll stay with us for some highlights.
That's right. We're going to show you some highlights, and we're going to shut our pie holes now. I'm sure you're glad of that.
I could go for some pie.
And thank you very much for watching baseball action on Cable 10, and thanks to all of our sponsors that allow us to do this. Good night, everybody.
Come on.